The Diablo Immortal update has just dropped this morning. I want to take you through everything that's changed, at least that I've experienced so far inside of the game. Some really cool stuff, so stay tuned. First things first, let's start out with some of the nerfs that were given to our classes right here. We're going to start out with the Blood Knight, which is the one that directly impacts me. Solemn Snare Shoulders, Swarm of Bats now shrouds you in a fog of blood mist, increasing your movement speed and making you untargetable while dealing damage to nearby enemies. The duration has been nerfed. Now, this plays completely differently now, and let me demonstrate. When I'm using my Blood Knight, it's this skill right here. Notice the entire cooldown of it is a whole different mechanic, how the actual green goes around the circle, now lasting 1.6 seconds instead of 2, and it seems much worse than it actually is. It's 0.4 of a second, but it feels like it's a lot less, like we're using it for a lot less time. So right here, I'm invulnerable until the green goes away, boom, back to normal. It's still a skill that I feel like I need to use because it does give me that invulnerability, and I really have invested a lot in the bats, but it's also one that has been shortened, which stinks. Also, Necromancer, the cooldown increased from 30 to 35 seconds. This is all because these three classes were given a buff previously, and now they want to just kind of get them back down to earth. Now we also have the Wizard, nor the Hail Nurse, the chest piece. Ice armor now also reduces damage you take. Damage reduced. Reduction is decreased from 20% down to 15%. So you're going to take a little bit more damage now if you're wearing those shoulders. And the Alder Crystal, the offhand. Arcane Wind now also freezes chilled enemies for 2.4 seconds. Cannot occur more often than every 3 seconds. Cannot occur to players every 5 seconds. This remains at 3 seconds for monsters. So honestly, not sure exactly how that plays out for Wizard players because I haven't played Wizard in quite a while, but I do know directly how it relates to the Blood Knight. Now, those are the nerfs that classes took. Every other class is looking good and the same as they were. I want to go into cosmetics. So to do the cosmetics, we're going to dive into the shop. Now, we know that there is this new cosmetic right here and a whole new way of paying for this cosmetic. And you know what's funny right now? You can't even see it because of my face cam in the way. Let me remove myself. There you go. As you can see, we're looking at this and it is sitting at 4,500 orbs. All right, so 4,500 orbs. That's going to be the most expensive cosmetic we've ever seen inside of this shop. Now, when you look at it, you get a whole bunch of other stuff. You get the banner. You're going to get the costume. What is that? You're going to get the emoji. You're also going to get this one as well. You're going to get the ornament, Hallowed Thorns, and the regular Hallowed Thorns. So it looks like what we're getting here, this right here, is the Hallowed Thorns cosmetic. If you take a look at the price of this cosmetic, it's sitting at 1,500 orbs. But the price of the other one is 3,000 orbs more. Now, also the difference when you take a look, and we just snap back and forth, it's the same cosmetic. It's just got the purple around it and the glowingness and some effects. Is that worth 3,000 more orbs? Now, 3,000 additional orbs, it's going to be $50 more if we decide that we want to go with this cosmetic versus this cosmetic. This one is class bound. The other one is not class bound. Notice it says class bound on the top. On this one, it does not say class bound. So it seems that we'll be able to get this one for all of our classes for 4,500 orbs, which is approximately $75, which is cheaper than if we wanted to go into here and if we wanted to go and do the Phantom Market. Because remember, the Phantom Market, to get a cosmetic like this one is going to cost you around $170. So it's less than half the price. That's the cosmetics. I think it's expensive, but I also believe that at least it's another option to get cosmetics that are cross-class, right? I think it's a little bit better than the Phantom Market. All right. Next up, we have the new Paragon System. You'll notice that when you go to a Paragon tree, let me choose one like Soldier right here, there's an option to quick add on the top. Now, I don't have any Paragon points, but you could I have 88 assigned. I could quick add, and I guess it could show me use the tree to the left to quickly add points. I guess you could just kind of drop them in wherever you want to. Boom, boom. And then you could hit OK, and you would be able to add those 12 Paragon points right away, which is actually quite nice. Let's do it with Massacre right here. So if I wanted to go quick add, I could go boom. It would unlock here, there, could go here, and I could easily add those. Much nicer system. Good job. I really appreciate that one, Blizzard. It's nice, especially when you're class changing if you want to redo your Paragon trees. Now, also yesterday we spoke about those rewards that were not attainable for us. It's actually, the activity is no longer in the events. Conquer is now over on the side, which it was before. We now have this one, the Perils of the Fen, and the Phantom Market is still there. But the one from yesterday, where all the rewards were, all my 5 legendaries, it's gone. But the good thing is it's over here in the mail. We have our unclaimed assembly rewards because of course we save those. There's a looks like there's a survey, but Trials of the Warrior rewards, here they all are. Our 3 legendaries and 2 secondaries are there, and we are able to collect all of those. And then as you can see, they are going to be over here. Notice we have our 3 new ones, 1, 2, 3, and our 2 new secondaries. I'm keeping them here until I get to the next Inferno level, then I'll unlock all of them. I do that because if I were to unlock them now, I only have about 40 levels until I'm at the next Inferno level, and then they won't be worth anything to me anymore. So I make sure that I save them until I go to the next level, and I have a bunch of legendaries to take care of while there. Now, while we're here, our Fabled Wisps, remember the new thing that they mentioned? We can now destroy our Fabled Wisps because you're never going to be able to use those. So yes, we're going to destroy them. It clears up the slot right there, which is also very nice. I'll hold on to these because I may be able to craft them into something, but you could clean up your satchel here, this tab. You have your gems tab, you have your gear tab, but they also mentioned a new cosmetics tab inside of the game as well, which we're going to look at right now. Here we are in cosmetics. I'm like, oh, okay, these all look the same to me, right? The portals, this, but where are the new tabs? I'm like, oh, you know what? I never even realized these tabs over here on the bottom, never used them. But now there's a new one, and you see it right here on the end. This is going to be able to hold probably temporary type cosmetics and things like your fishing rods and different types of smaller cosmetics that were previously hanging out in the satchel, which was just over here in this tab. Things got a little clogged up. Now we do still have the bait in there, but we don't have the fishing rods. As you can see, they've been moved, and anything else that's small. As I scroll up, I also notice I am sitting on 9 legendary crests, which means we'll be doing a 10 legendary crest run very soon. So that's going to be cool as well. Now, the one other thing I want to show you guys right here is the new feature inside of dungeons. We ran a dungeon this morning and we have completed it. Take a look, me and a couple of my friends here. And when you go to leave the dungeon, it gives you the option to do another dungeon, which is really nice. You could dive right in and then boom, although it did say that guy left the party, he actually didn't. And boom, we're right back in again, completely skipping the entire need to go out of the dungeon and then go back inside of the dungeon, which was very nice. I actually like that one quite a bit. And I believe I have an image of it for you guys here. Yes, you have the replay dungeon option when you go to the portal to leave the dungeon. This pops up. Click on replay dungeon. It brings you back to that. Everybody, all 4 people click and accept, and then you're back inside of the dungeon. Pretty good update. I like a lot of the stuff. We still have to see how the whole Shadow War event plays out. If I go back and we take a look at some of the other things that we're looking forward to, we have some of the events that are going to be coming as well. So some of those being Trial of the Hordes, that's going to be coming on the 13th, which is 2 days away from now. All Clans on Deck will be back on the 14th. We have on October 21st, Hungering Moon will return, and Wild Brawl, October 20th will be here. Until then, we'll be playing Conqueror. And we also do have, remember, the Umber Winged Darkness cosmetic set that we'll be able to unlock if you have a digital copy of Diablo 4. on October 17th. So that's the update, all broken down and tested out by your boy. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're enjoying Diablo Immortal. Remember to subscribe for everything and anything related to Diablo Immortal.